what if we learn about computer, so it's important for him or her, but he has technophobia. Then disability phobia among the trainers. For us trainers, like we have PWD in the class, like how am I going to handle this person? Like I have that fear of handling these people with PWDs. Then we have severe disabilities, like earlier we discussed people those who cannot hear or who cannot see. It's quite hard for us to handle them. Then long distances to access the digital labs. For example, if there's someone who's living at Shikadabo and the center unit is at Fair, so it's very long distance, that requires quite costly, so it's not for them to do that. Then we're going to question 2. How effective are current policies and programs in ensuring digital inclusion and accessibility for PWDs in Mombasa? We had said that high levies or taxes leading to high prices of adaptive digital devices. You know, these devices that these people are using, we PWDs are using, they are quite expensive. So the tax is quietly increased, giving it so scarce because people cannot access them. This becomes a really big problem for PWDs. Then question 3 goes, in what ways can stakeholders and policymakers collaborate to make digital opportunities among more accessible for PWDs? Then we say that giving space PWDs to take part in policy development. Like the PWDs, they know what they are going through. So if we make policies when PWD is not concerned, then you will not be solving problems that's not worth being solved. Like you cannot solve a problem of a kid when the kid is not involved there. So we have to involve these PWDs when doing what? Developing these policies. Then capacity building PWDs on advocacy digital skills. Like we have to tell them the importance of these digital skills, them themselves, like to empower them to shift their mindset, like more of a mindset shifting. Then creating awareness and sensitization. Then we have strategic partnership among the key stakeholders, like we trainers, like government and the community, we are the key stakeholders. Then we have to partner, like to come up with those maybe facilities that they really favor PWDs. Then we have regular search on emerging issues affecting PWDs concerning ICT devices, services, working on regular policies. Like every day there are these things that are emerging, like we are not planning for them. So we have to be on trend, like to do research and to stay on trend so that we can help them. Then it goes to question 4. What role do community network or local disability organization play in promoting digital skills accessible for PWDs? The role of a community development of digital hubs, space accessible to PWDs. Like we have to come together as a community, like, and say this place, let us build a facility for people with disabilities. Then instilling ICT skills to PWDs. Like maybe sometimes you cannot volunteer to teach someone, but we can come with as a community, let's to Change, we do this so that our people can get digital skills. Or people can volunteer to do that. Okay, we as a community, then we have to act as ambassadors. We ourselves have to protect these PWDs because they're our brothers, so we'll be ambassadors of them. Then we preach inclusivity among PWDs with general community matters of ICT. Like we have to say people should, that inclusion. When we have these workshops where technology is more is concerned, we have to preach for inclusion. Then it goes to question 5, where it says, what practical changes or support will most improve digital inclusion for PWDs in Mombasa. We'll say that mapping up of key relevant stakeholders in digital inclusion and accessibility for PWDs in Mombasa. Then the point number 2 was capacity building of technical skills to trainers of PWDs. Like, for example, I've said that I'm fearing to teach people with disabilities. Then I'll have to be taught on how to handle them so that I could have that energy, zeal, and capacity. Then conducting training on how to increase resources and allocation towards digital inclusive for PWDs in Mombasa. We have to allocate more resources. We have to allocate, we have to train more people on to facilitate this whole structure of educating people with the PWDs in this whole technology ecosystem. Thank you.
Maybe we could begin with the group if there's something you didn't say that you had said, and also the other members if they have a question or something to add. Members of the group, he said everything?
So resources, they should include human resources and also financial resources. So when it says increase the allocation of resources, it should include about budgetary resources, like financial resources, and also human resources. There's a word he said, digital inclusive. It should be digital inclusivity. Yeah.
Any other? So apart from the group, then there is the tall man. Is that also exclusion?
Thank you so much. For me, it will be around inclusivity in terms of, it's so sad that in Kenya, we have 3 national languages: English, Kiswahili, and Kenya Sign Language. Then probably as a county, we need now to push, at least we be pioneer in terms of ensuring that in all aspects, we embrace the 3 national languages. So this includes Kenyan Sign Language. Isikuwe ni kitu yenye tunabeg, ni kama tunafanyia persons with disability a favor. Inafaa ikuwe ni kitu yenye ni a must. Yeah, na ikuwe in all spheres, you know. Yeah, asanteni.
Okay, allow me to deep dive in that point of yours. First, tulikuwa tumesema it's quite expensive to hire interpreter, right? We had a solution for this, and we'd say that there are these attachees, those who are still learning those sign language. So for a center, instead of hiring these interpreters, we should assign attachees and interns in that place so that they can help. This will reduce the cost. Then another thing is that training the staffs, those staff that are there should be trained to have this basic sign language for inclusivity. Then another suggestion was that for you to be one of the qualifications for you to be a trainer, maybe a digital skill trainer, you have to know these sign languages. Yeah.
The issue of implement. We should also have PWDs who will advocate on the different institutions in terms of implementation of the law. Because we always think about interpreters are expensive, accessibility is an issue, yet it's there in the law that these organizations should provide for the guides, they should provide for the interpreters. How it becomes high cost, how it becomes an issue of not implementing because of the issue of cost, I don't think we should buy that. The issue is we empower our PWDs to advocate for their rights in terms of provision of this right.
Okay. Okay. Let's appreciate the group. we could have until 6.